New York Met Mookie Wilson is almost as famous for playing the game with a smile and joy not seen since Willie Mays as he is for hitting the ball through Bill Buckner's legs in Game 6 of the 1986 World Series. His new book, however, has a lot more edge than you might expect, and it's especially cutting to current Mets management. He's here to talk about it. Welcome, Mookie, and tell me, why show this side of you?
I think the introduction show tells it all. People are accustomed to seeing me always smiling, not a care in the world, and I just wanted people to know that even though I played and with that smile, that there's some things that you have to endure to play the game, and in order to do that, you have to endure some adversity.
You still work for the Mets as an ambassador. How will your coming out and saying that the Mets don't take care of their former players, their alumni, as well as they should, how will this affect your current relationship with the Mets?
Well, I don't think that it's going to affect my relationship with the Mets because what I have said or what I wrote about was something that happened, to me personally, in the past, and I have a pretty good relationship with the Wilpons actually. But how's it going to affect our relationship from this point on? I guess it depends on how people accept, the truth, and and everyone's going to take what they want from it. So I just hope they take it for what it's worth.
Another interesting revelation in the book is that you're slightly critical of Gary Carter, another beloved Met, and you two were the more religious members of the '86 Mets clubhouse. A lot of rowdy figures in that clubhouse. Why weren't you two closer?
Well, I think that's another one of those situations where people are going to take out of what I've written. It's not that I was critical of Gary Carter. I was stating a fact of the actual, atmosphere when he came over. And every ball player has other ball players that you don't like for no particular reason. We just don't like them. And we came to find out that Gary wasn't what we thought he was. He was a much better person. And that's no fault of Gary's. It's a fault of ball players like myself who thought that of him.
And two of the rowdiest members, perhaps, of that '86 club were Doc Gooden and Daryl Strawberry, who were young players at the time. You had a few more years under your belt. What do you think the Mets could have done to protect them from going down the wrong path as they did?
Yeah, when I wrote that, I used Mets because I was a Met at the time, and I was included in that. I thought that we were just too involved with winning. The results, we were just playing great baseball, and I don't think that we paid enough attention to what was happening to two very, very young ball players, superstars. And I thought that we could have done a little more to protect them.
Now, in the off season, you drove a truck. And this is perhaps the most fascinating revelation in the book to me. When you were driving the truck in the off season, were people saying that, well, he blew through his baseball millions and now he's got to drive a truck?
Well, actually, I don't know what people were saying because I never really met any people that were baseball fans while I was driving truck. But I think every ball player has hobbies. Some guys play golf, some guys go fishing. I don't golf, I do fish, but I love trucks. I was raised on a farm, and driving a truck was second nature. And it's something that I mean to continue doing because I really enjoy doing it.
And you're a minister now as well. So tell me what it's like to be a minister after playing center field for the Mets and the Blue Jays.
It takes a little adjusting. Because as a ball player, you're in the moment. Your emotions sometimes get carried away with you. As a minister, you don't want to start sending mixed messages because sometimes people don't understand that even though as a minister, you're still a human being and you're not immune to those emotions and feelings.
Does baseball creep into your sermons?
Every time I do a sermon on a Sunday, there's a baseball story because baseball and religion has a connection there, and people need to know that there is life. There are people that play baseball are human beings.
So when it comes to the Bill Buckner play, how does that creep into your sermons?
I haven't gotten to that one yet because I'm still trying to figure out how to work that into a sermon. But good things happen bad things happen to good people, and I think that's what I would use there.
And you still think you would have beaten him to the bag. That's perhaps the most interesting thing in the book. You think you would have beaten Bill Buckner to the bag?
To this day, I've looked at that video time and time again, and then I would have to say yes. I think I would beat him to the bag. I think the odds are in my favor. He was injured. I was running for dear life, and his position was bad.
And the happy ending to the story is that you guys are friends now.
The happy ending is that we're the best of friends. What a great guy, and I could speak highly of any other ball player I ever played with.
And what a great book. Mookie Wilson, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
And thank you for watching The Street.